Hey guys, what's going on? Just a quick benchtop video tonight to celebrate the release of version 1.0 for the ExpressLRS Backpack firmware, and to dig a bit deeper into one of the big ticket new targets in the very first major release for Backpack. Now before we jump into the details on the HDZero integration, there's probably still a few people out there wondering what the hell the ExpressLRS Backpack is and what it does. So before we get too deep into the details, let's quickly recap on how it works. And the concept behind Backpack is pretty simple. Basically it provides a way of wirelessly controlling the band and channel that your goggle module is receiving on, wirelessly from the Lua script on your handset. And that by itself doesn't sound that special, but when you pair that with the existing VTX administrator functionality in the Lua script, which allows you to wirelessly control the band and channel that the VTX on the quad is transmitting on, it really starts to stand out as a key feature. So really quick, let's take a look at how that looks on an analog setup. And so tonight we're just going to quickly demonstrate that integration, which allows you to change the channel on the goggles wirelessly without you having to touch anything. So we've got a quad here, which is the Happy Model Crux 35. We'll just power this up, and the screen up the back here.
Signal critical. Telemetry recovered.
We've got a link. The screen up the back here is connected to the Fat Shark goggles, so it'll be showing what the module is receiving. So we've got video here from the quad, so we're on R2 as we can see from the module here. So if we now jump into the ExpressLRS Lua script, and let's say we wanted to change channel, we go down to VTX administrator. You can see we've got R2 set there. We want to change that to F1 for example. Change it to F1, and before I hit send here, I'll just put this down so you can see everything, and we hit send. You can see the fusions jump to F1, the quads jump to F1. I don't know if you can see that up at the top corner of the screen there, but you can see we're on F1 on both, which means that ExpressLRS has sent wirelessly over the air the channel change to the quad via the receiver, which has told the video receiver to change channels via TBS Smart Audio or Tramp if you use Tramp. And it's also been sent over the air via ESPnow to the Wi-Fi chip on the Fusion, which has told it to change to F1 as well. So that all happened without us having to touch anything. Now where the ExpressLRS Backpack differentiates itself is in the support for a wide range of VRX modules. So you've got support for the TBS Fusion, the Immersion RC Rapid Fire, the SkyZone Steady View, as well as tonight's new addition target, the HDZero video receiver module. Now this is a pretty exciting feature addition, and not only because I helped to develop it, but more so because it really simplifies and speeds up the process of changing channels when you're using the HDZero system. So what does that functionality look like in a bench demo? Well, here we've got a HDZero quad where the VTX is connected to Betaflight and controlled by a smart audio. Over here we've got our HDZero video receiver module, and I've just got it connected via HDMI to a PC monitor. This is just the feed from the quad. And here you can see we've got our ExpressLRS Backpack receiver. And in this case I've just repurposed a Happy Model 900 MHz receiver. Basically any of the ESP based receivers will work, so a good example is the Happy Model EP1, which works really well with this, and I've just got that connected down here to the spare UART on the video receiver module, as well as the 5V and ground as all pads for these, and the 5V just connects to this diode here up top. And you can see I've just used pin headers here, but you can wire this up directly for a much cleaner install. Over here we've got our Radio Master Zorro with ExpressLRS built in, which is one of the Backpack enabled transmitters. And if we jump into the ExpressLRS Lua script and scroll down to the VTX administrator, which is where you control this from, you can see that we're currently set on channel R1, and if we want to change to channel R8 for example, we set it to channel R8 and hit send VTX, and there we go, channel R8, that quick and easy, and without having to touch either the goggle module or the quad. Another feature that's been added specifically for the HDZero target is the ability to control the DVR recording on the VRX using one of the aux switches on your handset. So if we navigate to the new Backpack folder in the Lua script, you can see here that I've selected aux channel 3 to control the DVR start-stop, and we can also set a start delay in seconds up to 2 minutes and a stop delay in seconds. And this is going to be really handy when the new VRX module arrives with the built-in pit mic, where you want the DVR recording to continue for about 30 seconds or so you can catch all the post-race banter or all the swearing when you crash out and disarm. For the purposes of this demo, we'll just leave the stop delay set to 5 seconds for now. So if I hit this switch here, which I've got set up as channel aux3, you can see the DVR starts, and if we flick it back, we'll get our 5-second delay, and then the DVR will stop. And there we go, stopped recording. Now this is relatively straightforward to add to your own HDZero VRX. All you're going to need is any ESP based ExpressLRS receiver, which is pretty much all of them other than the R9 receivers. I prefer the Happy Model ones, they've been proven to work well for me. And then you're also going to need a transmitter or transmitter module that's got backpack support built in. You can find a full list of the supported targets in the link in the video description, as well as a user guide on how to wire up the receiver and how to flash the firmware on your transmitter and receiver. That's it for this video, just a quick one tonight. So hopefully you guys will enjoy using those new features, and we've got a couple of other things in mind for this integration yet, so stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching guys, see ya.